Hello, this is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy. Today is November 6th, and I've got about an hour before our live classes start today, but I wanted to share a video to talk a little bit about thoughts on the college program in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy as we continue to develop plans for the college. I'd like to share some thoughts about what I see developing in the college world in general, and how it really provides some help for us with our plans for the college program and what the intention of that program is going to be. I've been paying a lot of attention recently to reports and articles that are published, and I share some of them on Facebook when I come across them. But humanities departments in modern universities are really struggling to stay in existence. The universities are so burdened by the challenges of providing modern studies, especially because there are so many schools and there's so much competition, that they're no longer able to keep humanities programs running at even major universities. I'm talking like Harvard University. They're consolidating majors. They're creating what are called super majors because there's just so little interest in traditional humanities programs that they can't keep the programs operating. Just not enough money, not enough interest, and so on. So what's happening, I believe, is the opportunity is coming for the Classical Liberal Arts Academy to develop a really concentrated classical liberal arts study program that leads to a bachelor's degree in classical Christian studies, which will provide for a need for students who are not going to find a place in modern universities. And even colleges that do offer classics programs and things like that, they're not quality classical study programs. They're usually just Greek and Roman civilization studies with very little emphasis on classical languages or philosophy, traditional Catholic studies. So my plan is for us to continue to develop our curriculum and build our resources and eventually offer a bachelor's degree in classical Christian studies, which is really an old-fashioned classical study program that emphasizes classical languages, philosophical studies, the study of the 7 liberal arts, and so on. The other thing is, as the academy continues to grow, is that we're getting to a point now where we're really going to be planning on offering employment to our best students who are interested in working with the academy, basically having them take over tasks like grading and support work. And our goal is to promote the studies by creating opportunities for those who succeed in these studies, to create employment opportunities for them, hopefully so that they can pursue higher studies and have a source of income while they do so, and stay focused on classical Catholic studies. So the end game of classical Catholic studies for our best students hopefully will be to turn around and teach and assist us in the work of the academy while pursuing their own advanced studies. And then for other students who don't necessarily work with us, or at least full-time, to provide this bachelor's degree in classical Christian studies, which I'm very confident will become some of the finest preparation for careers in Catholic school teaching, private school teaching, and so on. It's a way for us really to reform Catholic education not by trying to build schools or trying to change existing schools, but by simply training the teachers who are going to be entering into the schools and making the teachers as excellent of classical scholars and teachers as we can. So we'll focus more and more through the bachelor's degree program on training the next generation of Catholic teachers with a solid foundation in real classical Catholic studies that they can take with them into their teaching profession. And then, of course, a bachelor's degree like this will be useful for young men and women who are interested in religious vocations. And another note that's worth considering, when we get started, I assume because I often underestimate these things, but I assume that we would be offering an unaccredited bachelor degree, unaccredited. Now that can get a little troublesome, because students will find that, let's say, a graduate school will not accept a bachelor's degree from an unaccredited college. So if you wanted to go to graduate school, let's say at the University of Notre Dame, it's normally unlikely that you would be able to take a bachelor's degree from an unaccredited college and gain admission to graduate school. However, I believe, again, based on what I'm reading in reports and articles on humanities education, I believe that because of the closing of humanities programs, I think there's going to be some lenience given to students in humanities studies, in humanities fields. And I've received some feedback from graduate school admissions representatives who have told me that applications would be considered on a case-by-case basis, and that therefore it's not necessarily true that a student who's completed an excellent, though unaccredited, bachelor degree program would be automatically denied admission to a graduate school. So I think there's a lot more developing. I think this is one of those issues where we need to pay attention to the signs of the times and realize that there's an opportunity for innovation in classical humanities education. I think there are opportunities for us to develop a program that isn't available elsewhere. I think there's going to be a window of opportunity where we're given special opportunity to get established and gain some privileges that normally wouldn't be available, because we're going to have a specialized program for classical studies while colleges and universities are shutting down theirs. And so I think that it's going to provide for an interesting opportunity. We're not ready yet for this. I think it's still going to take us a couple of years. One of the reasons I say that is because my wife and I are pursuing some graduate studies of our own to prepare for this, to sort of increase the credentials of the program and gain some important connections and resources. My wife is going to be studying at Catholic University and focusing on catechesis and religious studies, and I'm working at Harvard and am developing relationships with philosophy and humanities and religion professors there with all the resources they have to offer, and I'm going to try to cultivate those relationships and make use of them for the establishment of the Classical Liberal Arts College, which I think these humanities departments are going to recognize the value of. So that's the plan for for the college program. Probably over Christmas break, I'll publish an information page on the college program on the Academy website as we get moving forward with this. And then I'll also be talking more about work opportunities for our best students, and it would only be our best students. It wouldn't be open to anyone outside of the Academy community, and it would obviously be seeking to reward our best students with opportunities to stay focused on classical studies, to work in classical studies, and then to use those opportunities to provide them with some financial support so that they can pursue advanced classical studies either elsewhere or with us, depending on how things work out. But that's where things are with college plans. There's a lot more to this than just starting a new program. It's also understanding the needs of our generation and exactly what the program can and should offer. And I think it's starting to become clear to me what that is. And I have to admit, I think it's becoming more significant than I originally anticipated because of the trouble that modern colleges and universities, because there are just so many of them, because of the trouble that they're having keeping humanities departments open. It really is a specialization. It really is a program of studies that's intended for a small group of people, and we're that group of people. It's Catholics who really drive a classical studies program in colleges, and as they move more towards secularization, they're just going to lose departments like humanities and classical studies, and that's going to create an opportunity for us. So I'm hoping to seize that opportunity and establish in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy what will be a leading classical studies program that other colleges will actually appreciate, because we'll take care of a need that they're struggling to take care of themselves. So anyway, like I said, if you're interested in the Classical Liberal Arts college program that we've been talking about for some time, know that it's always something that I'm working on behind the scenes. I think, as I said, over Christmas break, I'll have an information page available that's going to start presenting all the details of the program, and then over the next couple of years, we're going to get it established. So I hope that's a helpful update. I'd like to try to keep everyone informed of this, because the kids who are working in the academy, they need a good sense of what options will be available for them in the future, and I think this is going to be a significant one. And I would really love to see kids focus on classical studies as professional pursuits. And in some of these areas, we're going to need to develop the means by which they can do that. And that's what we're working on. So if you've got any questions about the college program or plans for the college, just get in touch with me. And like I said, over Christmas break, keep your eyes out for an official information page which will make the center for all of the resources and information on the college program. So I hope that's helpful. God bless.